Sagittarius, and welcome to Positive Light Tarot. My name is Tracy, and I am so happy you're here with me today. This is your weekly reading for July 1st to the 7th. So for all my beautiful Canadian friends, happy July 1st. And for all my wonderful American friends, happy July 4th. So this is quite a celebratory week. So I will be concentrating on your incoming energies. We're going to clarify them with tarot cards. We'll get some spirit and angel messages and then follow up your reading with the angel number. Please remember that this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If you find only parts of it resonate, that's fantastic. If you find it's not resonating, please also check out your rising and moon sign. Now, I've already cleansed, prepared, and meditated the cards for this reading, but I'd like to do an additional cleanse with you as well. So we're going to do that by ringing the bell. So you're going to hear a loud bell sound now. Okay. All right, Sagittarius. Let's get right into your energies and let's find out what is coming in for you. What are the energies surrounding you as we move through the first week of July? So that was fear. Fearful of something. Could be insecurities, deep-rooted insecurities. We all have fears. It's all in how we go about controlling them and releasing them. If it's meant to come out, it'll come out again. So let's see. And you got behind the mask. So maybe you're fearful that something isn't being very truthful. So let's find out. Spirit, angels, and guides. For the beautiful sign Sagittarius, what are the energies surrounding Sagittarius as we move through the first week of July? Thank you. All right. You got commitment and back and forth. So commitment number 3, events. So it's like a contract. An event is something that you're taking action towards. It's something that's coming into play here. So it has something to do with an agreement, a contract, a commitment. And then you got number 5, intentions. And really what this is it's really feeling like back and forth energy. We'll get into those in a few minutes. At the bottom of the deck, number 2, events. There is some sort of loss. You're feeling a sense of loss to some certain degree. Now, what you have to keep in mind here with this is that, number 1, the waters are not that turbulent. And also the water is not deep. This loss could be something emotionally. It could be plans that you were kind of hoping would turn out to a certain degree, and it just hasn't come into action for you yet. It looks as if with the number 2 energy, planning and action, you could have really been again, sitting down and kind of mapping out what it is you want, what it is you're striving for, whether that's for a job or a relationship, emotional attachments to friends, families, groups, communities. But there's something that's been in the planning phase, and you were right about to take action, but you're feeling a little bit of a loss here. You're feeling as if something, maybe a ship has sailed a little bit in a different direction, and you're trying to figure out what that is. It looks as if you've really been with the teacher card, and that's number 4, people. Teacher's all about learning something. So I feel as if maybe there is some sort of you've really been delving into getting more knowledge on something. Now, some of you, it could have been going back to school, or it could have been getting an additional certificate. But I believe that this teacher is somebody who has been either mentoring you, or it's somebody who's been really guiding you with some clarity and some information. And it's positive. It's positive that you're getting all of this information, because it's helping you to really maybe re-strategize your plan, because something that you were hoping for is kind of going in a different direction. And we're going to find out why that's all coming into play for you. And this loss too, this feeling of loss can be because you're feeling a little bit of back and forth energy. So let's see what's happening here. With number 3, events, we've got commitment. So let's start with that. Let's find out with the tarot cards what this is and how everything connects together. So let's see. So we've got this commitment. All right, so spirit, angels, guides for Sagittarius. Can you give us a little bit more insight on this commitment, this contract? What would you like to share? And how to link it all together. Thank you. All right. There we go. All right, so a multitude of messages here. So very interesting. So with this commitment, the first card that we're going to read, you've got 3 cards to go along with this. And it's number 2, and it's the 2 of Cups. So for some of you, it really could feel like a partnership of some sort. Now, it could be a love partnership, it could be a friendship, it could be a business agreement, it could be something. I believe that there was some sort of a loss, and there was something that you've had to, it was a plan that you were really hoping was going to bring about a certain amount of success, but there's been sort of a loss there. It looks as if there might be some new agreement or new commitment that's coming into play during the course of this week that has to do with a partnership. Now, again, for some of you, it really could be love. For others of you, it could be a business contract. And it's a contract that's based on loyalty, on honesty. The 2 of Cups is a very sacred union. It's people that are drawn together because they have, they have similar beliefs, similar values. And, they really just, their energies just gel really well together. So it's something that is positive in that aspect. It's almost as if there was some sort of a loss, but now you're regaining your focus, you're replanning something, you're changing up your strategy, and now you're looking at something in a different, in a different light. Now, to go with that 2 of Cups, you also got the 6 of Coins. And the 6 of Coins is all about giving and receiving. So, you are really at a financial place where you are feeling as if you can be a little bit more generous with your money. It's like, it's interesting because you've got 2 different cards here. So with to do with your finances, you've got the 6 of Coins, which is all about receiving and giving, and then you've got the 5 of Coins, which is all about you really seeing financial changes coming into play for you. Now, there could be this loss, could be that you are encountering a few more bills than expected, and you know what, you're really trying to balance everything out. Now, you might feel like money is actually going out at this time, but you are going to be on the receiving end. It's just that this is an adjustment period. This is a time where there's going to be a little bit of more expenses going out. But as you can see with this 5 of Coins, behind the stained glass, there is light that is peering through the glass, meaning that there is a lot of hope here and that things are just going through a little bit of an adjustment. So again, you're trying to balance everything out. You're trying to balance, you could be trying to balance a relationship. You could be trying to balance something there too, hence why you're feeling this back and forth energy. You're trying to balance work, and you're trying to balance your love life, you're trying to balance your friends, your family, and sometimes that can be very challenging. But you're feeling a little bit like, money is just kind of going up in the air at this time. But there is hope here. So we have to look at that as, that there is definitely some positive energy surrounding this new change and adjustment. So for some of you, if it is a loss of, again, maybe you've lost your direction, maybe some of you have lost a job, or some of you have lost something to do with your finances, I feel like there is going to be some new contract that's going to come into play, and I believe that it's going to be a better partnership. So where you're going to be working, whether or not you're working on your own, you're still working for somebody, and this partnership is going to be more based on honesty. And where you were feeling things were a little bit tight, and you were feeling like maybe more money, in the interim, you're feeling these adjustments and changes with your finances, it's all going to come into balance, and you are going to start reaping the rewards. I believe this new contract is actually going to bring you more money. It could actually be, this loss could be something that was needed, because now what it's going to do is it's going to help open up new possibilities for an increase in pay as well. So let's see if we can get some clarifying cards here for the 2 of Cups, the 6 of Coins, and the 5 of Coins. All right. All right, interesting. Okay, so there's a lot of choice coming into play here. The first card that came up here is number 6, the Lovers. And this is a major arcana card, so meaning that it is a major influence in your life at this time. These are all just little things that are surrounding it. The Lovers can be to do with love. It can be choices and decisions that you need based on a relationship. But other times too, it can be about just having to figure out a direction. It's time to make a choice here. And I believe you're going to be gifted with some sort of contract or agreement that you're really going to have to pay attention to the details. You have to make sure that, that this agreement is based on trust and loyalty, and that you are going to be receiving the benefits, whether they're health benefits, retirement benefits, pay increase. You have to make sure that everything is laid out properly, because you are going to be faced with a choice here. There's going to be some choices. And those choices are what are going to help you to really feel this sense of expansion. So when we look at this planning and action, number 2 energy, and we look at the 3 of Wands, these cards are a little bit similar. They actually prepare each other. The two here, energy, the planning and action, is really, putting your strategy, you've put it down on paper. You're now seeing the results of some sort of agreement. Now it's time to figure out how you facilitate this sense of action, because I believe that there might have been some choice where you were given options, and I believe you felt you lost out on one option, but now there's another option that's coming into play, and I think it's going to be more lucrative and it's going to be better. It's actually going to help you expand in a better directions, because the 3 of Wands is about expansion. It is about taking that plan, putting into action, and starting to see your ship coming in. We realize what a vast world that we live in, that there's a lot going on. And, as you can see here, you are motivated. Like those wands of fire are your motivation to really bring, to bring movement. You're ready for movement here. You're ready for that action. You're not going to sit and wallow in any sense of loss here, because you are ready to move forward. Okay, so the 3 of Wands, there's going to be some sort of a decision, some sort of choice that's going to come into play, and it's really going to help you to expand things. And I believe that this is really going to expand your income as well, and your passion for what you do. All right, so now let's look at this back and forth energy, because this is probably why you're feeling a sense of loss, because when we're stuck in a stuck energy, and we're kind of wavering between the past and the future, it makes it very difficult to break out of that. So you need some sort of transformation to come into play to help you do that. So let's see what's happening here. All right. So, back and forth energy, I believe, is that loss you're feeling. And I believe that you are actually, really getting yourself out of this energy. I think you are going to make a choice. And that back and forth comes to you making some decision, some choice. It's going to bring you fulfillment. It's going to bring you joy, because the 10 of Cups is about really feeling that sense of completion, especially after a loss. When you felt a loss, now you're feeling fulfilled. You're feeling happy. You're feeling like that's a completed part of your life. You're ready to move on now, because 10s in numerology are the completion of a cycle. And then it further breaks down to a 1, meaning that you're ready to close out certain chapters and bring in new energy. So you want to bring in new happiness, new energy. Now, you also got number 12, the Hanging Man. This is you willfully taking some delays and some time out to see your situation in a new light. You're shedding new light on something. And this is what's going to help you, again, break free from that back and forth energy. You are willfully doing this. And again, you're not putting a time constraint on it, because you realize that sometimes things have to happen when the time is right. And if you can really get a better perspective on everything moving forward, especially if you're going to be expanding things in a whole new way, you want to make sure that you have a really good grasp on everything that's happening. And then you also got the 2, High Priestess, and you do get this card quite frequently, Sagittarius, and I believe it's because you are very in tune with your spirituality. I believe that you are very much enlightened. And I also believe that you have a spiritual gift. And I believe your intuition is really, again, something that really guides you and helps you to break out of cycles of energy that you know are no longer serving you, like a back and forth. You don't want to wallow in any sense of loss. You don't want to see yourself stuck in that energy. So you're willfully, taking yourself out of that and having a new sense of, it's almost like you're really trying to develop a new sense of direction, and you're trying to see it from, again, a completely different lens. So, and that's what's going to bring you that fulfillment, that 10 of Cups. That's what's going to bring you that happiness, is because, again, you realize that things do happen in divine time, and you, again, don't mind sometimes making sacrifices, especially if it's going to be for your whole, spiritual, mental, emotional, physical development. So I believe that there's some deep things. There's definitely lots of choice coming into play for you as we move through this first week of July. And I do think you're going to be faced with some sort of an agreement that you're going to have to really take a look at, because I believe it can really bring you a new sense of expansion. Let's see if we can get, for the 10 of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the High Priestess. Please remember that none of these cards are gendered. So just read them for what they are. All right, let's see if we get anything else here. Looks like you have an unbelievable amount of strength and courage. Number 8, strength. Again, this is a Leo card, so the Leo is your fellow fire sign. I believe that you are really feeling a sense of relief here. I believe that you are really, again, because you are taking a little bit of a timeout, and it could be this whole week. You could be saying, listen, I'm going to put things on pause this week. I really need to trust in my intuition, and I really need to sit back. I need to meditate. I really need to get in touch with my higher self to really make sure that I am doing something that's going to bring me the fulfillment and emotional fulfillment and stability that it is that I want in my life. It's going to take some strength and it's going to take some courage, but I realize that life is very infinite. There's lots of possibilities. There's lots of opportunities that surround me. And I'm doing everything with that sense of love, because you are wearing that locket with the heart on it. And it's all your decisions are based on love, meaning love for the situation, love for yourself, and love and appreciation for all of the opportunities that that are gifted and blessed, that are blessed and that are coming your way. I do believe that you are a fighter. I believe that you have a lot of determination, and you don't allow situations, you don't harp on situations for a long period of time. You realize that everything has its purpose and everything has its place. But once you've kind of dealt with it, you no longer want to go back and forth with that. You're ready to close that chapter and move forward. And I believe you definitely have the strength and determination for that. So let's get your spirit card. Let's find out what your spirit guides would like to share with you, Sagittarius, as we move through. Okay, so they want you to have these 2 cards, very important. So interesting enough, because you kind of are going back and forth with money too. You're trying to balance the scales with finances. You realize that there's some financial adjustments that are coming into play, but you also see that there's money, that the possibility of money and receiving more money to come in as well. So they want you to have number 9, coins. And what the universe is trying to really, the message that they're trying to give you here, it says finding a coin is a sign a loved one is making contact. Okay, but I think it's also trying to reiterate to you that there are some adjustments and some changes that are happening financially to you, and they're not happening to you. They're happening for you. And we all go through these revelations at some time. But there are definitely messages coming from your ancestors, people that have passed on. That could be, again, it could be linked with a loss. Now, for some of you, If some of you have lost a loved one and they have passed on, this could be them trying to contact you because they want to send you a message. So if you do happen to see a coin, pick up that coin and, think about something, maybe about somebody that has passed on. And it is really a message coming to you at that time from that person. So again, there's lots of changes that are coming about for you, but this can also be a symbol from the above to let you know that your luck is about to change. They always say, find a penny, pick it up. And you know what it is, find a penny, pick it up all day long, you'll have good luck. So keep that in mind, because I really do believe that on a financial level, Sagittarius, I believe that things are starting to change for you and you're going to see some adjustments coming into play. And then, of course, you got number 28, rainbows. I think we all want to see rainbows. And again, after any challenges, after any losses, after any adjustments, what comes after a storm is a rainbow. So it's all about enlightenment and beauty that surrounds you. And that the reason that the universe wants you to have this card is to remind you that the symbol of a rainbow is a bridge between the spiritual realms of heaven and earth. A rainbow represents enlightenment, gateways, and new beginnings. So they really want you to know that there are new beginnings that are possible. And I believe that you are going to be sent messages that are really going to be coming from your spiritual team that are really going to help you to develop your own spiritual gifts within you, with that too, the High Priestess. But also help you to overcome any type of obstacles or challenges that you feel that you're going through, whether those are emotional losses, financial losses, job losses. Life is about cycles and life is about change. It is about loss. It's about gain. And, when we can tie it all together and we can find meaning in it, it really helps us to move forward. Okay, so now let's get your secondary angel message, and this is from the Angels of Abundance. Let's find out what message they would like to share with you, Sagittarius, as we move through the first week of July. What is that message? If we could just get one card, please. Thank you. Oh, and look at that. I think they want you to have that one too. All right. It's the power of prayer. So give this situation to God for uplifting and healing, and to be open to miracles. Heaven's unlimited resources, love, and answers are awaiting your prayers. Be sure to act upon the divine guidance God gives to you in response to your prayers. So again, take some time out to meditate. Take some time out to embrace your relationship with your faith, and see that they are there to help answer your prayers. And it says you need to block out distractions. A lot of us need to learn how to develop this. Your life purpose and other priorities need your undivided attention. So it's time for you to take charge of your schedule and working environment by turning off electronics and avoiding anyone or anything that distracts you from what's important. You already know what these distractions are, and you have the power to responsibly block them out. They really want you to really remain focused, because your focus is going to bring you messages that are needed in order to help bring you more balance, and really help you with choices that you are going to be given throughout this week of July. All right, to close out your reading, let's get your angel number and the message attached to it. So let's find out what that is. Spirit, angels, and guides. If I could get one angel card for Sagittarius, please. And what is that number? What is that card? Spirit, angels, guides. For the beautiful sign Sagittarius. You got 2. You got 111. I am creative. So angels are ready to fully support you in this endeavor so that you can co-create with the universe a life you love. really, again, you know, this new commitment that you're making, this new agreement that you may be signing is something that is really saying that it's going to be something that you really are developing a love for. So 111 and number 26, I am tactful. You have a desire to succeed and will feel most accomplished when your work benefits others. Your intuitive awareness of what people want allows you to come up with innovative solutions to meet their needs. Again, you have so much. You are a light worker, Sagittarius. You're very tactful. You're very conscious of the things that you say. And you know what? Everything that you do, you really think about how things can benefit others as well. You're very good at co-creating with other people to really bring about, you know, common goals, common desires, a common outcome, a desired outcome. So number 26 and number 111, very, very auspicious numbers for you. And remember, keep an eye on coins, because again, when you see a coin, it could as well be alternative measures that your angels are trying to reach out to you to let you know that they have messages for you. Thank you so much, Sagittarius, for joining me today. I hope you found some meaning in your messages today, and if so, please leave comments. Please also consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. And until next week, sending you love, light, and positive vibes.